All right, y'all. Fucking Saturday. I'm here trying to beat friggin' the flies away from my shit because I'm not a rotten person. But apparently, there's no avoiding these bitches in the summertime. And I'm singing the blues because god damn if I didn't lose my glasses again. So, I might as well make an appearance. You guys can get over all the fucking handsome around this joint. But that's how I roll. So anyway, we're neck deep in Saturday. I'm currently way overstimulated because I'm also watching a championship bout on TNT. If you happen to have cable, I don't want to take my viewership away at all, like anybody fucking watches, but on TNT, this is straight shaping up to be a classic on DAZN Boxing. And I believe we just got to the 10th round now. Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm going to look up a little information to make sure I'm citing everything right. Because I believe this isn't even the main event. Okay, so it says we've got a boxing schedule, but it's not letting me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, DAZN. And this is with DAZN. So I'm going to find this information come hell or high water, goddammit. All right, it looks like I found the schedule, so I know exactly who we got. We got a fellow named Roach Jr. Oh my God, I've got to choose my cookie preferences. Can we get away from this fucking shit of always having to do this? Dude, I just want the fucking schedule. Okay, August 1st, Las Vegas, the capital of fights. Lamont Roach Jr., William Zepeda. And I have to say Zepeda. I have to hurt for the accent because I'm tired of hearing him mispronounce the motherfucker on TV. But it's for the vacant WBC lightweight title. Well, you know, I guess that this is actually the main event. And that's why they're fucking scrapping, dude. So 10th round, Zepeda is starting to run away with it, but they still Roach Jr. Lamont Roach has a ton of power left, but Zepeda still has all of his snap, and he has got a full fucking gas tank, and he's attacking the midsection like you fucking wouldn't believe. So, if you like the fight game, go check that shit out, because it's a beaut. We're going into 11 and 12, so there's 2 rounds left on this, which means they're gonna shut the motherfucker down. Anyway, speaking of shutting down, let's whisper now of artwork I'm making. I am continuing this piece that I started, a couple of sessions ago. Trying to square away all the details so I can start laying in more inks. Yep. So we just went to the end of round 10, and Zepeda just, that last minute, it was clearly dominated. I think it's going to be his belt, unless my man Lamont can figure out a way to actually shove him off. Because everything's still there. The legs are still there. The snap and the punches are still there. And dude's just got heat seekers for hands. Just there, he is finding his target every damn time. I'd say since I've been watching, he's probably got a better than 40% landing. And, you know, his shots, they're definitely not as heavy as Lamont Roach Jr.'s early shots, but he's piling up, and his shots are as hard as they were at the beginning of the fight. He's not slowing down. He's still every bit as strong, but Lamont Roach Jr. is a bit gassed. Matter of fact, I can see in his stance he's quiet gassed. He's starting to go flat-footed. But, you know, that'll be lessons for later, because I'm sure if he does lose, he's going to re-challenge. They're going to have a rematch. That's damn near guaranteed, because, like, they brought it all. But I'm working from this picture I have here, and I'll check in on the fight here again in a few minutes. Well, maybe not, because there's like the 11th round, and oh shit, Lamont Roach is trying to tie him up. He's trying to hang on. That endurance is, that's going to be the difference maker. Because Lamont Roach Jr., he's strong. He's definitely strong. He's definitely still got some snap in his punches. But holy shit. Compared to how he started the fight to where he's at now, night and day. And I'm using a little rubbing alcohol. I haven't done this in quite a while. Usually I use my alcohol pen blenders. Oh, and Lamont, he just had a pretty good combination. So he finished out the 11th round a little bit stronger than he began. But it's almost like for that, he had a last second like 4-punch flurry where he was able to drive Zepeda off him. But I think that's all he had left in the tank for that round, because my man is wheezing. And yeah, for sure, he's definitely stronger, but the cumulative effect of this just onslaught from Zepeda the whole fight. Fuck, dude. It is brutal. But anyway, the process continues. And oh shit, 12th round, he's looking to sharpen up. Lamont Roach Jr. came out with a renewed sense of purpose. Now you can tell he's still gassed, but there's a lot more urgency. He knows that the 12th round, he's either got to win it as convincingly as possible to have a chance, because I'm pretty sure that Zepeda has pulled significantly ahead on the cards. Or he's going to have to get a nice, powerful knockout display, which I don't think he's going to get, because fucking Zepeda, he's got a goddamn chin, because he has taken some shots that would have dropped many a lesser man and just fucking ate them. Just ate them. Digested them shits already. And yeah, he's still way too... He's more balanced than Lamont is, I think, as far as, you know, the gifts of a fighter. Because you can tell he's got knockout power. Not as much as Lamont Roach. But it's the fucking gas tank and the fundamentals. Dude is dancing around Lamont Roach. In the 12th round, Lamont came out great in the first minute or so. Now he's flat-footed again, and he's getting fucking peppered, and he's missing all his shots. Jesus. I used to love watching boxing all the time, until it got to where they were just not showcasing anyone. And for a while, every damn thing was on pay-per-view. So I'm glad DAZN has gotten some sense into their shit. And gone ahead and put some championship matches on fucking regular, well, I shouldn't say regular, but cable TV. Got a bit of a skinny time here. But yeah, they're going to the scorecards because there wasn't a knockout. And so I gotta say, Zepeda, I think he took it on points. He was far more impressive in those last few rounds. And holy shit, even the unofficial score is putting him way ahead. So, but scores are funny, man. Boxing scoring is definitely funny. I remember one time when we were all angry, I can't remember which fight it was, but it may have been a Pacquiao fight where Pacquiao was just fucking robbed. And Teddy Atlas was going bonkers, talking about, and he was like so excited, so keyed up and angry. He's jumping up and down like a psycho. being like, yeah, there are these big lavish dinners where they make this whole thing was bought. Everybody bought it. Which, you know, I don't think boxing's ever been a completely clean sport. But, like, he was making it like there were, you know, commissioners and shit just fucking, you know, straight up planning out how the fight was going to end. Which I can understand because the scorecards were. It was a bit different, you dig? And now they're going to announce the winner. So I think that Zepeda's got it pretty easy. You know, maybe in a while I'll start going into some content like that, because I do love and miss boxing. I'm just not as familiar with it as I used to be. My era is more along the lines of Julio Cesar Chavez, which everybody who wants to talk about the greatest boxers of all time, he'd better be in the fucking conversation. Shit. My man was, I think, 89 fights in before he even touched a loss. Just a fucking beast. Truly one of nature's wonders. Oh shit, Zepeda took the belt. William Zepeda. 34-1, 27 KOs. That's a solid record. And I don't know who he's fought and beat, because honestly, the last time I really paid a really good attention to boxing, Chocolatito was one of the main draws. Which I know he's kind of he still fights if I remember, but he's really faded out of the main scene. So yeah, I would definitely like to reacquaint with the sweet science and the goings on. I do miss it. Maybe I ought to stop watching pro wrestling for a while. Not fucking likely though. Not fucking likely. As much as I am averse to the type of shit that WWE is doing as far as programming, there's AEW, there's Impact. I'm there for it, man. When Santana was champion in Impact, I started to dig him, man. I was like, dang, this cat's got it. And if I remember right, he's a fella that left AEW, and I can't remember who his partner was over there, but they had a good old tag team. And it's funny how people go to some promotions and they shine much brighter than they did in their previous promotions. But I also like that they have the former Dolph Ziggler wrestling under his regular name, Nick Nemeth. And I think his brother's in there too. I could be wrong, because I kind of watch wrestling the way I'm watching boxing right now. Like half paying attention and half being completely at the mercy of ADHD and other horribly comorbid mental conditions that keep me mortal. I'm like Alex Jones. I'm like blaming everything for my lack of 192 IQ. I think I'm at like 134. But I can blame it on the plastics. The plastics that they put in the water to turn us all homosexual. But if it hadn't been the plastics, imagine my IQ. What could have been? No, that doesn't even fucking sound like him. Now I gotta work on my Alex Jones voice. So I can talk about chemtrails and shit. I do know one of the things I consider a great moral victory is the fact that the Onion finally did go ahead and lay claim to what the fuck is his show named? I can't even remember. Something about the truth. You had a bunch of nutbags digging for fucking random unprovable facts and then screaming the sky is falling all the time. I ain't saying there ain't some nefarious shit going on, because there certainly is, but most of it's right out in the open. Very much so right now. A lot of dimension to this picture that I'm working on. The subject, some kind of Instagram model. I'll get her name on here eventually. Probably tag her. And I was trying to see about some content. I mean, I've been looking up some weird shit lately, but you can see there's recipes aplenty right here. Creamy mac and cheese, cloud bread, all hell breaks loose. Putin strikes a U.S. factory. Well, that wasn't really on the regular news, but it is on the Midas Touch Network. Oh yes, Eastern Washington wildfires. My brother had to be evacuated from his home. So, my mother called me from where she's at. Apparently, she saw some hillsides burning actively. And that's kind of the lay of the land over here right now. Eastern Washington, it is dry AF. And today is cooled down substantially from, the week, but it has been regularly in the 90s and hundreds. So, yep, it'll be interesting the rest of August. And who the fuck we got? Anyhow, aside from being in the dry ass arid part of Washington, I'm thinking I need to give this pen up and get a new one because it's not going so smooth. Alright, this one might go a little better. Oh yes. There we are. Putting some happy little shades down. But I hope everyone is having a good day. I see a couple of people on Instagram said hi. I appreciate it. Potential family member, pretty sure. I don't know, I don't got my glasses on right now, so everything looks mushy except for the picture in front of me. I'm using my work voice for the most part because I get so used to it. When you work in an environment where everybody is potentially having sort of mental meltdowns, sensitive to stimuli, it kind of behooves somebody who has a voice like mine to limit it. And so, got to take out all the bass, got to take out all the projection, and I have to talk a little gently. And I get too used to it. And so I wind up getting sore throats I know nowhere, and where, no reason for a sore throat. But it's because I'm always forcing myself to talk different. I force myself to talk in a different register. Yeah, probably the last thing that somebody who is withdrawing from some hard substances wants to hear is dad voice coming in there. Alright, we are getting to the point where I might start blending a little bit again. And I'm going to have to start getting a little forceful with the dark areas. And I keep getting random comments. I think for the most part, I've got some bots on like Twitch. I don't like the thought of that. So yeah, I'm going to close some stuff out. Focus strictly on the stream. And perhaps some of the videos I'm going to try to watch. Two ingredients. Pobre no cocina. That, I can't watch that shit. But I will. Because you know what? That'll be saved to watch later. Because I want that recipe. I don't care what it is, but it looks delicious. Of course, it's going to be hard AF to understand if it's a video out of Brazil. Portuguese confuses the heck out of me. Because it sounds like very close, very, very close to Spanish. Dark up here under the ear, and we're actually going to have to solve some of these shading issues through several layers of blending. Yeah, after enough layers are shaded, there is going to be some softening of the look, but I know in the past I've addressed the technique. And really, you have to build up enough of this on here for it to kind of get more of a paint-like consistency. There has to be enough pigment. Sometimes I just gotta trust that I know more than I let on what I'm actually doing. Ultimately, when it comes down to it, this is mostly just me doing educated guesses. And trusting in my own instincts. Making sure that everything is in relatively the right place. And I guess when it comes down to it, this is kind of the lazy portion of my art. I could come on here and just free draw, and I probably will soon, because I do miss just hitting the sketchbook and making weird shit, drawing overly muscular guys and overly buxom women comic book style. But I also got designs for like some poster type stuff that I'm working on concept wise. I had to look up a Marlin rifle from, I think it was 1895 to get the exact look I wanted on the gun on La Dama here. So yeah, I'm gonna start working on that reference wise and see if I can get a good poster. But yeah, she's gonna be La Dama, because I've got the big corazon up on the wall, so I'm going to paint La Dama all big. She's going to be our female warrior. She'll be very special. She'll be quite powerful. Symbols of the revolutions. But yeah, for the most part, this stuff is just to kind of keep me sharp for that other kind of stuff. I want to make sure that I've still got some skills rattling around in the basement. And I do like, on occasion, throwing on the big canvas, which is what La Dama is going to be. I'll probably make some small concepts of her in color before I move into a big canvas. Yeah, so if you can see down here the point of the chin where I'm working on, this is what I'm talking about, where it starts to kind of act like paint. I'm starting to get enough matter there where conceivably when I start putting down more pigment, it's going to start to move around like paint. So yeah, this is going to be kind of, well, for lack of a better word, I've kind of got to overwhelm this until it starts looking the way I want it to look. That's fairly important to be able to, and that's really one of the things about a lot of art is you got to kind of find your way. You know, this is exploration. You know, I've done a lot of things with firm intent of the tried and true stuff. I've got my stencils there. I've got my materials. And you know, those are processes I can trust to achieve a result. That said, I never know how this is going to wind up. I'm gambling on it. Ooh. All right, it's pretty clear I'm going to have to start erasing some of the pencil marks I made earlier, or trace marks or whatever, because we're rolling into a little more heavily detailed territory. Smells like somebody farted into this room and left. God damn. What a thing to announce while I'm streaming. I suppose everybody can trust that it wasn't me crop dusting myself. I ain't got nothing in my guts. So update on that matter as far as my guts. So I did have that procedure on the 18th of June. So we're about 6 weeks out from that. And today, they let me know, because when I got the procedure, I was at 462 pounds. Friggin' super chonk. Mega chonk. Straight up chungus. However, the weight has come off steadily and steadily and steadily. Very steadily. Not without its problems, mind you, because I still can't really eat anything more than a couple of tablespoons, and I have recently made myself sicker than I thought I would have a couple of times. Gosh. And throwing up, not fun, but different than when I used to throw up. Because when I used to vomit from regularness of illness or whatever, it was like so much was going to come up. Like there was a potential to cover half the damn room. But now it's just like bloop. It's like a baby spitting up. It's unsettling. But I mean, it works. You know, because I started at 462. Right today, I was at the 400-pound mark. So that's about 10 pounds a week since the operation. And so, as much as it is inconveniencing, I'm, you know, pretty happy with the results so far, because we're actually making a lot of progress that, you know, I wouldn't have been able to. Because shit, time's passed by now. It's late enough that, honestly, I probably would have been considering a second meal. Regardless of what the first meal was. You dig? But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just making shit happen. Alright, we're going to take a little video break. Just because I'd like to. I think my picture is coming along and progressing the way I actually would like it to. I can see where it's going. The likeness is going to start coming through in a big way, probably in the next 2 or 3 sessions. And in case you're wondering if you can hear the clicking noise, I have an unfinished bottle of the water on the floor that for some reason my toe has found, my bare toe. So, let's go ahead and stop the music for a moment. And we're going to listen to the British Granddad, 91-year-old British Granddad.
There's a new care home opening in Lichfield, and I've booked us an appointment to go and look round it for you.
What?
So,
What for?
well, I thought you might enjoy being in a care home more than being here. There'll be like more people your own age for you to have fun with.
I don't know, have fun with people my own age, just have fun with you. I don't want to stop here.
That's kind of fucked up.
Look, I'd still come and visit you like most days, and I just thought it'd be great fun for you.
Bab, I don't want to go in an old folks' home.
But you'd have people there all the time to care for you.
I know, but there'll be old people. I live with young people now. I want to stop here.
April Fools!
Oh, you! Oh, you! Saying that to me, you worried me.
There's a new care home opening in Lichfield, and I've booked us an appointment to go and look round it for you.
That's like my favorite guy.
So,
What for?
well, I thought you might.
We're gonna take a few minutes and watch Granddad Joe, because one of the things they always do is they cook for him. They'll cook him like American dishes and have him try them. They had him try tacos one time, but I couldn't watch that because the tacos looked kind of atrocious. Sorry, but it's. I'm not saying the British can't cook tacos. I'm saying this British couldn't cook tacos. So yeah.
Listen, I did the butcher, I did the baker, I did the home and the family maker, I did schoolgirl fantasies.
All right, Grandpa Joe. Let's see. Oh, he's having his actual English breakfast. Oh, they're trading the rashers. Is there no volume on this one? I don't think there is. Here we go.
Lovely. Looks nice, Bab.
You've got Hunter's chicken,
Yes.
2 breasts.
2 breasts.
You.
A pair of breasts.
All right. Yes, sweet corn.
I bet it'll taste nice, won't it?
Oh, Dad.
Lovely. Looks nice.
Yes, he's a charmer, goddammit. All right, I gotta find one where he's trying something like a new dish, because she always brings him his stuff in his recliner. Spicy dinner from Barbados. What's this one? Sunday roast. A meal that unlocked memories. What the heck is that? Is that fish patties and like canned spaghetti? That's monstrous. But figgy pudding.
There you go.
What are they?
There's something you used to have years ago that you haven't had for a long time. They are spam fritters.
We used to have those in the war years ago. Now, before you go, I'm going to try one of these spam fritters. That's absolutely busting, eh, Bob?
Have you got on, Dad?
It's busting.
Oh, Bob, I bet it more, but left a little bit though.
Could you not eat it all?
Was quite the
It was
experience.
a big meal, that was.
You don't want any pudding then?
What you got?
There you go.
He's a total gentleman. Oh, and he does cook for himself on occasion. He doesn't use butter or oil. He uses lard. And that's pretty interesting. Oh my. It's very Burgess Meredith. But yeah, Granddad Joe, he's the dude. got the weenies frying in lard. Turn this down. There we go. You can hear my voice over it again. Oh shit, moldy bread, dude. Holy God, bro. He's got to get out and do a shitload of walking to be in that kind of shape eating that as an old fella. He was all excited for it. I don't blame him. Lard drippings. Something is busting. But he's lucky. He's got a lot of people around taking care of him. And they're lucky to still have him. He is very much an elder. Good fella. But I want to see, oh, the fish head. Where do we got when they just surprise him with random food? Wow, he cooks a lot. Oh, we're going to go with the grilled cheese.
Hello, Daddy.
Oh, hello, Bab.
Hello.
Is it dinner time already?
It is, and I've got you a recommended meal from America.
Oh.
Yeah, it's grilled cheese and tomato soup.
Tomato.
Apparently it's very, very popular in America.
Oh, very nice. That's unusual, isn't it?
It is,
Well, it is for me.
isn't it?
So, we would call it cheese on toast and soup.
Well, would we? I think we'd call it a cheese toasty, wouldn't we?
Well, it's the same, isn't it, really?
I suppose it is.
Cheese on toast.
So cheese, yeah, okay. Well, cheese toasty.
Cheese toasty. Well, because you've cooked it, you want to call it cheese toasty. We'll call it cheese toasty.
No, we're not calling it cheese toasty. We're calling it grilled cheese.
Oh, it's grilled cheese, love. Oh, this is nice grilled cheese.
I know. Shall we look at it?
Oh,
There you go.
that
Full
looks
of
busting,
cheese.
doesn't it?
And what the American people do, I'm being told, is they dip it in the soup.
Oh, what, like that?
Yeah, and then eat it. So let's see what you think of that then.
It's a good job I've got a bib on.
I know it is, isn't it? Dun, 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 dun.
It's busting.
You like it?
I do.
Good.
Tell you what,
What?
I might want 2 of them.
Well, I can do you another one.
Thank
I
you.
want to do you another one.
That'd be wonderful.
Really? All right then.
Because I'm a bit hungry.
Yeah, it's not a lot for you. Normally I have a lot more than that, don't you, Dad?
Yeah, but I'm being greedy if I have 2.
Tell you what,
Perhaps 1.5.
I'll have the other half then.
Good idea.
All right then. I'll go and get you another half and see how you get on.
Okay, Bab. Thanks, Abby. You are good to me.
Hello, Dad.
Yep. What a fella. All right, we'll go back home and see what other videos can fetch me interest. The Rogan sphere has a new enemy. Doesn't it always? What am I not told about Black Widows? Why did I say that like I was imitating the old man? That's what happens when the ADHD kicks in, babies. Liberal slop tubers and centrist Team up with the fascists. Oh, I guess they're now ganging up on the what's my Democratic Socialists, including David Packman. Fuck him. Fuck him. Rakim. Oh goddamn. Honey badger versus elephant. That's going to be a battle for all time. But this fella, we should know. I hope if you get a chance to subscribe to him, it's I think Blackbird Co-op. But yeah, he's a chicken farmer in the Carolinas. I think it's the Carolinas. But he always starts his videos talking like Kronk from Emperor's New Groove. What is it now?
American eggs are banned in the UK because they are washed.
Yeah, that's right.
While eggs from the UK are banned in America because they are unwashed.
Yeah, that's right.
And all this because the two cannot agree on how to treat eggs.
They don't have to agree. They're two completely different countries.
Because in the European Union, they believe the best way to keep eggs safe is to leave them unwashed.
Kind of like their armpits. Everybody knows the safest armpits are in France.
Which preserves the natural protective layer of the egg, called the cuticle.
Yeah, that's right.
That acts as a barrier that naturally blocks bacteria and helps them stay fresh without the need for refrigeration.
They will stay somewhat fresh without refrigeration, but they would stay fresher longer if they were washed and refrigerated, or even unwashed and refrigerated. If you were willing to put somewhat poopy eggs near the rest of your food in the refrigerator because you're a savage.
But in the US, the USDA requires all eggs to go through a strict cleaning process using hot water and disinfectants to eliminate bacteria like salmonella.
Yeah, that's right. Basically 2 ways to protect people from salmonella in eggs. Either vaccinate your hens and don't wash and enforce extreme, rigorous cleanliness at the farm level, or wash your eggs and disinfect them. Both of these models incur a systemic cost. In the American model that relies on washing and disinfecting, that cost is borne by the processors who buy the eggs from the farmers. In the European model that relies on on-farm vaccinations, that cost is borne by the farmers. Both methods are pretty effective at preventing the spread of foodborne illness in eggs. In fact, the rate of foodborne illness per million eggs consumed between the two systems, even in the US and UK, are roughly the same. Because the two methods are pretty much equally effective, it really comes down to the country's choice as to whether they want to wash or not wash. And the United States is not the only country that doesn't wash. Japan, which is known for having one of the cleanest food systems on the planet, washes their eggs. So does much of Northern Europe. Western Europe, on the other hand, is obsessed with not washing anything, including their bodies. That's why they're so smelly. Of course, I'd be stinky too if I had free health care, because I'd be out in the streets dancing instead of showering.
American eggs are banned in the UK because they are washed.
Yeah, that's right.
While eggs from the UK are banned in America because they are unwashed.
Yeah,
all right.
And all this because the two cannot agree on how to treat eggs.
Uh-oh. Tearjerker time. Let's go ahead and do that sad pit bull story. Where they're always sad. Always sad when it comes to dogs and the Dodo channel. But, quit copying me. Oh. I like her. She does some good Texican recipes. What the hell else is here? Oh, shit. I thought I was CM Punk. That's the dude from Crispy Pizza. All right.
She
Need
had
my
2
glasses.
other dogs and a baby, so she didn't bring him inside, but she set him up with water and blankets and hung out with him and shared his story on Facebook.
Hey. Let me go ahead and...
One morning, a woman woke up to a stray pit bull on her front porch. He was
And they've
injured
even
and
got
so
the
skinny,
tearjerker
but
music.
so sweet. She had 2 other dogs and a baby, so she didn't bring him inside, but she set him up with water and blankets and hung out with him and shared his story on Facebook. She thought she'd hit the jackpot
Oh,
when
he's
someone
skinny.
reached out and said they wanted to foster him. But a short time later, she found out that he had ended up in a shelter. She was devastated that he wasn't given enough time to acclimate. And this is when the Tic Tac community really stepped up to help. Capital's journey to his forever home was clearly not going to be so easy. And yet, what I love so much about this story is how through the power of social media, people came together to help one stray pit bull get his happy ending. Several different people came at the very last minute and were able to save him before his deadline.
Look at you!
A few days later, Capital got adopted by a family in West Virginia. But he was still in survival mode and unfortunately had an incident with their cat. They couldn't keep him. So this time, Capital had one more journey to go on. His rescuers picked him up in West Virginia and took him all the way to Pittsburgh. This time to his final home, which might have taken forever to get to, but this time it was perfect. When Capital decompressed, he began to thrive. He bonded with his new dad and his senior dog sibling.
There you go.
He became a Velcro dog.
Doggies
Goofy,
being doggy.
silly, and affectionate, and so safe. He'll never be alone again.
What are you doing, Cap? Are you being grumpy? Are you being grumpy? What?
I saw a clip of this poor boy living all by himself in an abandoned house. As a Dota producer, I had to reach out to Don from Stray Rescue of St. Louis.
There's another dog story.
Incoming. There was no more time to waste.
Hi, buddy. You up here?
St. Louis was just about ready to get a really bad snowstorm.
What's the matter?
Nervous? Poor dog was so scared about us.
You big boy. What? Are you freezing?
You could just see him trembling, and it was so cold. I mean, I had barely been out there 5 minutes, and my fingers were already frozen.
You're not quite trusting of that?
Oh shit, I forgot about my eraser.
He
Need to
was
hit this.
a little bit leery at first of the leash, but finally let me just get the leash on him. And then we got to that narrow corner and he just put the brakes on. He was absolutely terrified to try to make that turn.
Come on. You got it. You got it. You were scared to come down, huh? You got it. Good boy.
Poor guy.
You're okay.
He was definitely ready to be out of that house.
Hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. Are you getting warm?
A lot of pities abandoned.
Yeah, these guys, they get up there on those second floors like that, and then they're afraid to come back down the steps. It's gonna be nice and warm now, buddy. No more cold. My God, that wind up there too. You know it had to be horrible up on that second floor.
We got him back to the shelter and he found his forever home, which he did find on Valentine's Day. So Snowmageddon got his forever home on a day filled with love.
All right. Snowmageddon. $55 grams of protein. Oh my God. I can't believe it. It's like you're eating a whole steak. Oh shit. This might be pertinent to me. So let's take
Good morning, Casey. How are you?
How's it going? Hello.
You ready for surgery today?
Oh, just so excited and ready.
So excited. Dr. Katzen, what are we doing here?
So today we're doing a 360 circumferential lower body lift. That's pretty much an extended tummy tuck. Going to go out over the hips, communicate to the back and touch the top of the buttocks. So what I'm going to be removing is all this excess skin from this top black line to a black line deep underneath here, getting rid of these two significant skin folds. For orientation, his belly button is right there. And then the incision's going to continue around the hips. We're going to get rid of the excess.
How much weight did this mamma jamma lose?
Incision's going to come out here, high over the top of the buttocks.
It's an interesting thumb,
all this
though.
excess skin and
Very
fat on the
interesting.
buttocks and the hip region right in there. And we're also going to be doing the arms, a brachioplasty arm reduction with an incision from the armpit out to the elbow, getting rid of all this excess skin and fat on the sides. So we can't do all the body parts in one surgery. So we're going to stage these. We're going to be doing the body lift here today in the arms, and then come back later for the chest, sides, upper back, and the legs at another date. So let's go to the operating. I'm going to show you how I do a 360 circumferential lower body lift and arm reduction on a patient that had lost about 600 pounds.
Great, let's do it.
He lost 600 pounds.
Good morning, Casey. How are you?
Shit.
How's it going? Hello.
You ready for surgery today?
Oh, just so excited and ready.
Crazy.
What is it now? No.
We want.
What is it now?
Oh.
No. A terminally online
Automatically
leftist.
likes.
Let's illustrate this with a derivative skit.
This is hard. Wait, do I need to do a land acknowledgement? Can someone from the government do this for me?
Hey bud, you want to come chop some wood with me? Yes, obviously that's a front for gay sex.
Hey, comrade, let's chop up this log. That's not a log. It's obviously a stump. It's not a stump. There's no roots on it. Oh, really? Define a root. It's the part of the tree that goes in the ground. Doesn't the entire tree go in the ground? You know what I meant. No, really, I don't know what you meant, because there's aquatic plants where the roots don't go into the ground at all.
Nice log, nigga.
Hold on a minute. I'm not swinging one axe until we agree that this is a stump. Are you serious right now? This is as serious as I will ever get.
Thanks for the stump, nigga.
Say it right now. Say it's a stump. I'd love to call it a stump, but it's a log!
Hey, Victor, I think that guy just took your log, your stump, your thing.
It's not a
Holy
thing.
shit,
It was a
you want
tree.
the Hey
It was
Victor?
alive. Yeah, it wasn't a thing. It was a living being, and it needs to be respected. You need to decolonize your mind.
I'm fucking Lakota.
Gay. Super gay. Jackass. Anyway, what are we talking about? I think it was something about a log. It's gone. Son of a bitch. It is gone. Damn Indian probably stole it. What is it now? Oh, a terminally online leftist. Let's illustrate this with a...
There you go. He likes his irony. The fuck is that? A Polish hen? Sanabi. What are you doing? All right, we're going to go ahead and see El Jose cooks.
If this is the first time you're hearing about pupusas, you've been robbed your whole entire life. Growing up, there really wasn't a recipe for this. It's just until it all felt good. The texture should resemble like a moist dough, not a wet dough. Something like this, my visual learners. So this needs to hydrate for a little bit, so we're gonna set it to the side while we work on the cheese. To the cheese, we're gonna add a little splash of milk to create almost like a cheese paste. By doing this, the pupusas can fill up nicely. First of all, bucket of water, mandatory for the fingers. Now with your little wet hands, you're gonna take a little ball of masa, put into a bowl, flatten it out just a little bit, and then in goes a big glob of our mozzarella cheese mix. Fold all the edges around that mozzarella like that. You're gonna end up with a little bit of excess, just excommunicate that nipple. And now flatten our masa patty.
Just fry it and put it on the pan until it's golden on both sides, kind of like your boy. My dad had a restaurant, and growing up, I really didn't have anything else to do except go to the store, buy my gumballs and candy, and then come back to pupusas. He used to make it exactly like this, with tomato sauce, with curtido salad. I find it pretty hard to call these pupusas if you don't have these two to go with it. And my dad owned a Mexican restaurant. He ain't even Mexican. And pupusas aren't even Mexican either. But you think I'm complaining as a fat little boy who gets it like 3 to 4 times a week? Nah, that is good eating right there. And this humble food can make anybody rich, poor, broke, I don't care what you want. It will make them appreciate the flavors and love behind such a humble dish. So if you're like me, you already know this about to go down, with or without a bev.
Thanks, Papa. You inspired me a lot. When my daddy had his restaurant, he used to sell 3 pupusas with salsa and the curtido salad for like $9. He's been blessing people since the day I was born.
Damn, that's pretty.
If this is the first time you're hearing about pupusas, you've been robbed your whole entire life. Growing up, there really wasn't a recipe for this. It's just until it all felt good. The texture should resemble like a moist dough, not a wet dough. Something like this, my visual learners. So this needs to hydrate for a little bit, so we're gonna set it to the side while we work on the cheese. To the cheese, we're gonna add a little splash of milk to create almost like a cheese paste. By doing this, the pupusas can fill up nicely. First of all, bucket of water, mandatory for the fingers. Now with your little wet hands, you're gonna take a little ball of masa, put it into a bowl, flatten it out just a little bit, and then in goes a big glob of our mozzarella cheese mix. Fold all the edges around that mozzarella like that. You're gonna end up with a little bit of excess, just excommunicate that nipple. And now flatten our masa patty.
Just fry it and put it on the pan until it's golden on both sides, kind of like your boy. My dad had a restaurant, and growing up, I really didn't have anything else to do except go to the store, buy my gumballs and candy, and then come back to pupusas. He used to make it exactly like this, with tomato sauce, with curtido salad. I find it pretty hard to call these pupusas if you don't have these two to go with it. And my dad owned a Mexican restaurant. He ain't even Mexican, and pupusas aren't even Mexican either. But you think I'm complaining as a fat little boy who gets it like 3 to 4 times a week? Nah, that is good eating right there. And this humble food can make anybody
Let you guys see the recipe
broke,
twice.
I don't care what you want. It will make them appreciate the flavors and love behind such a humble dish. So if you're like me, you already know this about to go down, with or without a bev.
Thanks, Papa. You inspired me a lot. When my daddy had his restaurant, he used to sell 3 pupusas with salsa and the curtido salad for like $9.
I misreported his name. I'm a basic bastard. Emmy Made? Holy shit, I haven't seen Emmy Made in forever. Now the cooking algorithms are coming at me again. There is a lot of change in my algorithm since I started watching recipes again. All right. Okay. People finally speak out against what's really happening in WWE. No, Chihuahuas. My Chihuahua injured her leg this evening. She's walking around a little bit. A little bit limitedly. Kind of made me sad. But she did hold still enough for me to actually trim her gigantic, nasty nails because she was so traumatized. Usually she would fight her way loose like you wouldn't believe. Devil strength. But let's take a look at this.
Anyone who's like in their 60s, they're like, oh my god, I wouldn't expect you to have a dog like that. You are way too different. I'm like 6 foot, and Basil is like the size of like a Nike trainer. It's okay.
His name's Basil.
And it's just like, yeah, that's the dog I have. Would kind of come as like a singular unit now.
Yep.
When I'm doing work,
got a hug on your chihuahuas.
Requires 0 dogs, and all of your attention should be there.
Oh.
I'll be like sat on the sofa or something, she'd jump up onto my chest, and then she'd just stare right into my eyes. It is very funny and extremely cute.
And that's how Chihuahuas take your bed over.
I never really thought I would have a Chihuahua as my tiny little shadow.
I know it's raining. I'm sorry.
Basil, come here. There you go. 4 years ago, I decided I really want to get a dog, and I was scouring the internet for ages. All the people I was speaking to were trying to rehome a dog that they previously bought. She was the first one I went to see, and the lady who had her wasn't able to really look after her very well. When I first met her, I didn't think she was going to be as small as she was. She is absolutely tiny. but her little tail was just like shaking like crazy, and her eyes were really wide, and she was jumping all over me and biting my nose. And I was like, this is perfect. I need to take this dog home with me as soon as I can right now. She was a little bit anxious when I brought her home though. But we were hanging out a lot and I had loads of toys, and within like a couple of days I was coming back from work and she'd just be like paws up in the air, tongue hanging out of her mouth.
Am I clean now? Because I have just got out of the bath. Oh, okay.
Smelly little chihuahuas.
And from that moment on,
they will grow on you.
Near me, she thinks she's like 10 times bigger than what she is. And her little growls that she does sometimes are the most adorable thing in the world. It's very funny. Over time, I ended up buying a boat. Me and Basil moved on to it.
Hello.
At first, I was really worried about her reaction, but she immediately loved it. When I'm driving the boat, she's usually on top of the boat, just like in her little bed asleep. People are just going, oh my God, look at the little doggy. And she's happy just to be like getting all that attention.
Hey, say goodbye. Basil, should we go walkies?
And then she puts her legs underneath the fire. And that always makes me chuckle. Like every time she does it, it's just hilarious.
Well, the life of a dog.
When
there
I
you
first
go.
got her, I didn't think she was going to change my life this much. But we've both been able to create quite a chilled life together. So she means the world to me, completely. Like, I'd be lost without her.
Well, there you go. So I think we'll go back to music, because there's only so much shit that I can watch on here. And then I'm going to be like, oh, politics! And we know where I stand politically. I'm the guy that regularly says, fuck ICE, chinga la migra. And as you can see, I explained earlier that building up pigment on this paper is going to be essential to starting to get this looking a little more like a painting. And that is the direction it's going. See, I'm starting to be able to control the ink, the shading a little more. And it's just going to be layers and layers. And we'll eventually get to where I'm going to have to, probably start subtracting some of this stuff. But not yet. And trusting my instincts all the way. Now, I'm not saying there ain't going to be missteps, because there surely will be. But it's also, like I said, this is kind of more like experimenting. Trusting in processes I've come to develop, sharpen. And perhaps tighten it up a little more when I can find my fucking glasses, god damn it. But here we are. I think I've got enough time in on this. I'm satisfied with where it's wound up so far. And I think this is a good place to call it. don't know why all these OneDrive. Oh, guess what? Why do I need more information when I'm already using it? Well, probably because I didn't know that if I paid an extra fucking $75 a month, I could have 10 gigabytes of storage. Actually, more like terabytes is what we're going towards. So, yep. But as I look at it on the screen, I can tell, yes, the instincts are working. This is going the way I want it to. And so I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. Eventually, once it's nearing a little more completion, I'll get back to this piece that I was working on, where I went ahead and started a 3-headed wolf. And that one, I think I'm going to be not so much on the ballpoint pens. I think I'm going to get these illustration pens out for that and start going at it and doing some good cross hatching and stuff. Be a little more detailed and intentional. Some of these will blend a little bit with the alcohol blenders, but I think I may also dive into some shading with either the gradients of alcohol pens that I have, the Copics that I have, or perhaps even go with, just gradients of black ink, Black India ink, which is something that I have also done frequently in the past. But I think where we're at is a good place to stop. We watch some doggy videos, watch some recipe stuff from Jose El Cook, and I think this is a good place to leave us while we're at. I have to check some threads. I'm in a bit of a thread war on Facebook, on a thread where, following a group that is all about Mexicanos reclaiming their native identities rather than the Latina, and the bullshit Latinx identities that have been defined for us by others. And I'd say I'm irritating the shit out of the guys that, and they're all the gringified guys and the vendidos that are like, well, actually. I'm like, does it hurt you? Who hurt you? Which brown girls rejected you? How many of them? Life is an incel. Tell us all about it. So, yeah. Gonna go have some of that fun before I crash out and go to work at 7 a.m. But, for right now, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. As always, I appreciate anybody who stopped on in to check in, see what I'm doing, what I'm up to, what brand of fuckery I'm playing with now. And I hope wherever you're at, you're staying safe, you're watching out for your neighbors and your family, and hopefully everything is looking up. But in any case, I'll probably be on in a couple of days, perhaps tomorrow. We'll see. And by that time, I will be ready to do more art, watch more videos, and generally try to ruin somebody's world in some way. But if that's all I can think of for now, because I'm hitting the hour-and-a-half mark, but hope everyone has a good night. Stay safe. You're appreciated, and we